Beautiful McAllister College campus, and we are super excited to have our guests in studio. Welcome to Dirty Pretty.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
And I always like to ask, because I've got Mike and Pepper here. How did you each get into music originally?
I was really young when I started music, and I always wanted to play the drums. So my mom had me take piano lessons, and I went to a small Catholic school in Wisconsin. And to be able to play the drums, you had to know piano, and I was the only student that had any piano. So I naturally just got to go into playing drums, learning that.
Nice.
And then I always wanted a set, and I was the classic kid. I saved the old cardboard oatmeal tins and ice cream buckets and made my little drum set and used chopsticks or whatever I could find to be my drumsticks until I finally could start working, selling fireworks, and saved all my money and went to Water Music in Stillwater and bought my first Slingerland drum set that I still have today.
I love that little Wisconsin. I started working, selling fireworks.
Right.
That's just awesome.
Yeah.
That's right. So you knew right away, like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah, I always loved music. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Pepper?
I started playing flute in 6th grade, and that was like 1998, and I kept doing that for a long time, and I eventually picked up guitar and then bass and drums and synthesizer, and kind of like played in some high school bands and have been playing bands ever since.
Yeah. Pepper doesn't say much, but they are a master flautist. That's what they studied.
I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
I think that. What made you choose a flute to begin with?
I really like the sound of the instrument, and it kind of came down to the embouchure for me, because you would try out different rough pieces and embouchure stuff, and that was the one that kind of worked best for me.
That's amazing. Like that. Well, it's so funny because the different vibes are like, I wanted to play the drums and then I'm amateur. I mean, what a great combination for you two to be together. I think that's fantastic.
Yep.
And did either of you study music at school, or?
Yeah.
That's.
Pepper did, and then I started music at River Falls, but switched to hospitality and art education later.
Which fits into a lot of some of the other stuff you're doing, which we can get into. But
Right,
that's a great fit.
But the main reason why I think theory of music is one thing and playing and writing is another. And like Jeremy, a long time ago, kind of started playing music with great jazz musician, played jazz, but he kind of would look at me as like, I like your freedom. You go where you're not supposed to go sometimes, where my brain tells me I have to go here. So it was kind of nice having enough education, but not too much in a sense to do punk rock anyways.
Well, it's interesting to hear how that fits. And Pepper?
After I went to college for music, and so I have like all my theory, whatever, down, but going to school for it in that setting, like, almost ironed the musicality out of me. And I dropped out. So I absolutely dropped out.
Well, we're a big advocate for musical school today, aren't we?
Yeah.
I can see how that would happen, but I think it is. I mean, it must be helpful to know the theory, but to have the freedom, as you say, to kind of step out of it.
Yeah. Yep.
And how did you two get together? You had
the Dirty Pretty formed years ago with my good friend Jeremy, who's an amazing jazz musician. He passed away, and all he wanted to do for his birthday in March was have a show. So I booked a show at the Terminal Bar. He passed away in December, and I kind of debated back and forth, what should I do? Should I keep this show and make it a celebration of music for Jeremy? Because he played in so many different bands, bluegrass, jazz, regular blues, upright bass, like a ton of different stuff, and he taught me a lot about how to rhythms and playing odd meters, signatures, stuff like that. Just by playing with them naturally made me do that. So I decided let's celebrate. Pepper came to a lot of our shows, and people didn't probably really know Pepper is a player. They play guitar. They're really good. And I was like, there's one person that could do it as Pepper. Asked if you would do it. It was just supposed to be a one-time thing, and we just gelled so quickly. And everyone's like, you have to keep going. The Dirty Pretty's got to go on. So we kept going, and then always do an anniversary show for Jeremy and bring all his old band members together and celebrate his life every year, and try to raise money for his kids for college and stuff like that. So, yeah.
That's nice, and what a nice testament to be able to do that, and then everybody can remember, and it,
Yeah.
and what a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Should we play some of your music?
Sure.
Right. What do you want to tell us a little? What do you want to play, and what would you?
We could do our latest if you want to do homeowners.
The home. Okay, yeah, we're pulled up here. I have song for homeowners and commercial interests.
Yeah.
That's the one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to tell us about the song before or after?
Maybe before.
I had a really tough gig as a dishwasher, and the subject matter of this song is kind of about somebody who gets really mad at their job. I don't want to go into too much detail. But...
That was my first job, was
Dishwasher.
dishwasher at a Chinese restaurant in Highland Park. Yeah.
You'll hear a reference to a Hobart dishwasher and an immersion blender in the song. So.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, let's hear it. Nice.
We were both pretty heavily influenced by Steve Albini and shellac stuff, so you'll
Nice.
hear a little.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
With him. Yeah.
Oh, it does sound a lot like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So who's vocals? Oh, Pepper, you're the vocalist?
Peppo's on this one. We both do lead.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We're not coming to the mics right. They're not mics aren't hot right now. The mics are cold. Right now.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, mics are
we're
off.
live streaming,
Okay.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
As I said, if you want to swear, now's the time. If you want to say something nasty about your mom, not now.
Okay, yeah.
Poop.
It kind of also reminds me of, have you guys ever heard, I think, let me look up, I think it's like Machine Country.
Machine Country. I'm not familiar.
No, let me find this. It reminds me of this one band, let me pull out my Spotify, because I can't quite remember the name. But they have these like super long, kind of like yelly, like instrumental songs.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can find it's country, maybe, I can never like remember song names when I want to.
I'm the same.
I like need to have my Spotify just for my my
Oh, awesome.
memory, my
Perfect.
brain.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
Big country. No, that's not it. Because we're my friend was talking.
That's
Yeah.
big country.
Right.
That's a different one.
Yeah.
My friend was telling us about that in Black Country New Road. Okay.
Oh.
You know this band?
Yeah.
This is what their album looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds so similar to you guys. Yeah.
Well, now I know who we gotta try to book with. No.
Oh.
We
See,
do
I
a false
can't-
ending.
Both songs have false endings.
That's better than the ones that start off quiet. That's the gray hair.
Yeah.
All the we're like, oh, I don't.
They'll yell one more time and then it'll be.
Dirty Pretty, who we have in studio. I knew I liked that.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah. If I had the power to write songs about jobs I have had, that would be a gift.
Yeah.
That would be. How do you usually get the inspiration for the songs? How do you guys work together?
We both kind of, depends on what's written on who sings. I'll sing on some. Pepper sings on some. Pepper is really good at telling a story vocally that way, and I am more of the aggressive, protecting queer rights, trans rights, supporting the queer community, and that kind of stuff. So I'm very active that way in many different ways in my life and business and music and everything else. So
Tell us about some of those. I'm always interested in those and how
sure.
you can help lift that up.
Yeah, well, I own a small brewery in Lower Town, St. Paul, called Gambit Brewing Company, and we became a real safe place in our community for all walks of life. St. Paul, the downtown area, was kind of missing that. It kind of went away a little bit, and being a gay bear, I knew I could fill that and make sure everyone feels comfortable. And within there, I even work with the local roaster off of Hennepin called BW Coffee. They roast beans for me, sell to me at a discount price.
Nice.
I sell it as a nonprofit, so I don't take anything except for to buy more coffee. And all that money goes to the Family Tree Clinic, specifically to the area to help trans youth get hormone therapy. So
Nice.
That's another coffee. We just sell at Gambit right now, and I'm looking for more local businesses. Please reach out if you want to carry that and get it there. I'll just put up a QR code. You don't have to do anything. They can just scan it. It goes straight to Family Tree Clinic from there.
Well, a Family Tree is fantastic. I mean, they've
Yes.
been around forever and ever and ever. But what I've always appreciated about them is they'll take a kid seriously. And I mean kids, because people take grown-ups seriously. People don't always take kids seriously.
Correct.
Or they
Yep.
ask the right questions. They spend the time.
Yeah.
I think that they do an amazing job.
Yep. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's kind of where I am at with all of it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And we're a little music venue too, so come down.
Yeah. You know what? I haven't
You
been.
guys have shows there.
Yeah, we do. And I'm actually in October, 23rd, 24th, we're doing our first Gambit Music Festival. We have Greg Norton from Husker Du playing, the Black Widows playing. We're playing Letters, Little Man. I mean, a ton
Chris
of big
Athey.
local, Velasa, great local bands are going to be there. I think we're doing 25 bands in 2 days. I reached out to our local vendors to sponsor it. So they're donating money to us to help pay for the band. So it's all
Nice.
free.
Nice.
I don't think there's enough free stuff going out for our
Right.
community right now.
Right.
There's so many people struggling that I think I could use resources to make sure the bands are comfortable, making a little bit of money, supporting the cause, and then we can have a nice free, venue. All of our stuff is always free. I want people to come in, enjoy their day, listen to music, and have fun, regardless how much they can afford to pay for a ticket to get in. So we make sure everything's free all the time.
I think that's amazing.
And you guys do a lot of comedy.
Yeah, we work with Jesse the Shrink, so we kind of host that, the comedy stuff. Every Tuesday we do free comedy. When we do national acts, we have to do ticketed events for that, but Jesse organizes all that, and we just basically uses our space for that. So we support Jesse with what he's doing. He's a therapist by day, so that's why he's Jesse the Shrink. His big thing, he's a marriage counselor, but he's been divorced 3 times.
Who would know better?
Right, yeah, exactly.
I didn't know that. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Well, if you know when he tells you to quit, quit.
Right, yeah. So, no.
Dude's divorced his head. That's awesome.
Well, because you already said you went to a small Catholic school, you have to go to marriage training with priests before you
Right.
get married.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
oh yeah, that sounds like some
Good stuff.
excellent information.
Right.
Excellent
Yeah.
information. Well, I'm gonna remember. Yeah, I'm gonna remember that. I'll make sure to put that in the notes, and we'll add it to our.
Yeah,
events
please
and
do. Yeah, it's going to be great. I mean, there's so much talent there. Some people, it's only going to be their like 3rd show too. Some of the bands, because I think it's about giving everyone a shot, getting them stage time, so they can get their hours in. Because I think there's such a thing that a lot of people are producing music and putting it out online. They're forgetting the art of going on the stage and connecting with people. So and it's hard to get your shot. I've been there. It's hard to break through a little bit and get shows. So
Well, and that's why a place like yours or the White Squirrel, different
Yep.
places that, you know, I'm happy to go see free music all the time.
Yeah.
You know, tip the musicians and do all of that, but I
Yeah.
think that, but it makes a difference when you just think, well, it's free. If I don't, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not paying $20-$30 to get in, and
Exactly.
I can be there when I want to be, and
Yep.
I think, well, and I think a safe space for comedy is a gift too, because
Yeah.
I don't see a lot of comedy.
Mhm.
Used to see it when my kids were young. We'd go to Chicago. You know, I'd see
Sure.
there, but there needs to be a safe space for comedy because a lot of comedy is not funny because it's not safe and it's
Right.
just you know
Yeah.
it hurts your
Right.
everything.
Yeah. And
You hear
Jesse's
that.
really good about that. We've talked about that a lot. It's like we want people to push the line and be able to say what they want, but there's got to be tasteful at the same time, right? So how do you manage that? And he knows the scene well enough that, you know,
That's good.
we're getting the right people and doing the right thing and making sure everyone's comfortable with it and can get a laugh out of it versus getting their feelings hurt or
Well, that's exactly
Feel
it.
put
You
down.
don't hurt feelings.
Right.
I mean, I
Yeah.
think that's the.
You gotta love a comedian who gets mad at the audience for not laughing.
right, right, yeah,
Just
yeah.
No, I might have to check that out.
Yeah, come down Tuesdays. It's free. It's fun. Yeah.
No.
That's cool. Yeah. You have the funniest person in St. Paul contest?
Yeah, that's going on right now.
Oh, cool.
So the funniest person in St. Paul are the more the professional level. So like we did another one where it was all more touring comics. So like Maggie Ferris from St. Paul, she won that one.
Nice.
But, yeah. So, but now this is people that are more local, regional kind of comedians that are trying to break through. So, and you know we've got sponsors for that. They get a grand prize. They win money at the end, and again, it's still free for the audience to come in because you know the community and especially Lower Town and downtown St. Paul want to see every business thrive, so they're willing to help out any form of the arts so we can get stuff. And I think you're seeing a big difference in downtown now versus what it was, you know, when we opened almost 4 years ago. You know, it was still, you know, a lot of fentanyl use, stuff like that
Yeah.
happening in front of our businesses, and we kind of came together and said it's not up to the city anymore, it's up to us as businesses. How are we going to find these people help? Because a lot of time the city's just going to push them away and it's just going to be a problem someplace else versus how can we actually get help for people, you know, because it's all mainly mental illness or they can't
Yeah.
afford their drugs and then stuff just gets spiraled out of control by pushing them to a different park or a different area that's not doing anything for anyone.
Oh, wow.
So we went together and how can we change our community and make up that and help them out versus pushing them away.
What did you guys do? This is a big thing I live in Portland, and it's a huge thing in Portland, and it's a huge thing at both of my jobs. I work at a shelter and a movie theater, and both
Okay,
of them
yeah.
it comes up all the time.
It helped. One of our beer tenders, Grace, works shelters, home with youth, helping get youth off of drugs and into housing, things like that. So we had that resource right away, and then other businesses that were like, we called the city and we met with them. We met with the mayor assistant. We met with the chief of police. Weekly, and we're meeting again on Tuesday to talk about where we're at and not only the some of the negatives still, but what are our positives? What have you done that benefited us too, so they can see both sides of it. And I think that really works when they can see your point of view and what you're seeing, and that we just don't want to see these people pushed away. We need to have a plan of what we're going to do to help them, versus that. And they open some more little shelters and different things that way. And again, for the business, we have to ride the line of people coming in, that it's hot out and they need water, or are they trying to find our facility to use drugs? Because now you have to ride that line, what's safe for the guests and what's safe for them. So training, having those meetings taught all of us how to handle that and talking about it and what worked for, maybe Ann at Lost Fox, what worked for you, worked for me at Gambit, what worked, for people down at the Bulldog and Barrel Theory, what's working for them, how are they managing it. So at least now we all have a common word for everyone out there. So they know we're not fighting against them, we're fighting to help them. So
That's awesome. Yeah, that's a good strategy. I feel like I might. Yeah, I don't know if I could go on about this. Well, it comes up all the time because I'm in the neighborhood that my movie theater is in Portland. We have this happen like almost every day, where there'll be somebody kind of having like a big mental health crisis like in front of the theater. And what we have in Portland that's not the most like, it's not a perfect system, but we have maybe, I don't know if St. Paul has this, we have street response.
Yep.
So it's not police, it's like people that are more trained in like de-escalation.
yeah,
But they kind of, I mean, they're pretty flawed as well because they do lots of like street sweeps and stuff like this.
right, yeah, and that's St. Paul does have that. We have, you know, certain numbers we can call and have the right people there, and depending on, we might even say they might want, you know, police assistance with them, because you got to make sure everyone's safe too, and make sure, you know, as much as I hate them plowing down camps and some of the stuff they're doing, because that's not a solution. That's, again, just pushing people away from actually maybe being more safe at the time until there was a better plan in place. But we also, you got to make sure everyone's safe and we have a place for them.
Yes.
You know, so, and St. Paul is getting better at that. And I get certain areas of St. Paul is like, they don't want that in their neighborhood and stuff like that. But, you know, hopefully having it there is a short-term thing, and we can get things turned around, and then we can use that space as a different community space versus, you know, the crisis we're in right now when it comes to the homeless and stuff. So,
Well, and just as there are different venues for different, you know, whether there are different venues, and now maybe some of the neighborhoods that don't, you know, they don't want a night to night kind of place. Maybe they would be more open to it, to assisted living, or so supported living is the better word for it. Supported living, and that and for the people who have sort of graduated to supported living, that's a warmer environment for them, because they don't need to be subjected to what they like to do 6 months ago.
Yeah.
You know? So I think that's where getting everybody involved, I think, is genius.
Yeah. It's paying off, I think, and I think it's working.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, let's play another song and see what topic comes up to after that. I thank you so much for that. A friend of mine has run home shelters for her whole career, so I've spent a lot of time on it. Yeah, it's tough, and she just said, well, about 2 weeks from now, people are going to say, hey, it's going to be winter in Minnesota.
Right. Yeah.
Well, it's, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Turns out people want bathrooms all year.
Right.
You know, and that sort of thing. So.
Yep.
All right. Well, should we play another song and see what comes up?
Sure.
This is fun.
Yeah.
What should we play?
Yeah, you can play. What do you want to play? We can do the other one too.
I have your Bandcamp open, and the other song from the EP, I want to start a cult, but my mom won't let me.
Yeah, we can
That's
play
the
that.
one?
Yeah, that song is just it's a goofy play. So I was working, and one of my beer tenders asked me if I would be in his cult if he started one. And I said, yes, but I want to be third in charge, and I only want to cook for people. That's what I like to do. And I don't want to be in charge of anything anymore. So I'm third in charge, and I only cook for people. And he said, oh, that's a good idea. And he said, I'm going to call my mom. Do you mind if I call her right now? Called his mom and said, Mom, I want to start a cult. Will you be in my cult? She just said, will you quit being so stupid? And then wrote this song.
Sometimes they write themselves.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Right.
The Dirty Pretty. That's funny.
Very cute. I like it. I'm going to run to the bathroom quickly. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah.
No worries. We should get on Tidal.
Huh?
We should get on Tidal.
Yeah, I think we're on there.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
We should get on there.
I will get it on too.
Oh, there's no. Oh, I'm used to like having like.
Oh. There's no here. Yeah.
Oh, just like the little. Like,
Yeah, but yeah, this has all bars on all the other sides, but not the front. So
Oh,
it's been,
yeah.
and I could have given you the more comfortable. I still could give you that because I didn't really sit in it.
I'm sorry if we got too political there.
No, you can't get too political.
Okay.
I'm on the board of Women's March, and so I plan a lot of the No King stuff, and I do a lot of. I'm on the board of ERA Minnesota, so I do a lot. So
Yeah.
yeah, you can't.
Okay. Okay.
we had all of the local musicians who played No Kings 3 on the big stage. I
Yeah.
think we had most of them here in studio.
So you
No.
booked the silent treatment for the one down there?
Yeah,
too?
I'm part of a team, but then it gets to a point where
Yeah.
I get to pick up my where you're like, and this is why I do all of the different weird things. Getting Venus to Mars up, and I think it was, I can't even remember if it was No Kings or the People's March, and I was like, that, now my work here is done.
Yeah.
I had been trying to push for other events, and, you know. And
Isn't there a national march on the 28th?
Yes.
the-
that,
National Park?
yes, she played that day, but she had played the year before.
Oh, cool.
And that's how because if it's a family-friendly thing, and
Right.
like, we have to find a different picture of you where you're got a
Yeah.
shirt on. You know, I mean, and I'm
Yeah.
not, I just said, finally I had to say, who are we? That we are going to have restrictions on what people can wear.
Right.
I'm like,
No.
okay, thank you. Because I'm trying to,
It does end soon, though.
Yeah, it's almost over. Like it's after the next bar.
I have to remember how to do it all by myself with the,
Yeah.
I want to start a cult by the Dirty Pretty who are in studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Songs just come to you like that, huh?
yeah.
You got a song about a lake dredger.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to stretch and stuff and yawn. I got my flu shot yesterday, and I'm still kind of
Working through it.
yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I should get my flu shot. I'll work on it.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
We're around a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't we so much more attuned to that
Yeah.
now? I can remember when, not clearly, I no longer have children,
Sure.
but when they were starting to go to school and we were going to go visit, and I said, oh, they're sick, we shouldn't go today. They're like, you're in.
Yeah.
Like, none of the other parents ever say, they're sick, they're not coming today.
Right.
It's like, oh.
Yeah.
I've worked with too many people in the office who come sick all the time and
Right.
they're sick for the rest of the
Yeah.
Should we talk about upcoming shows? Look,
Sure.
I'm known for my transitions.
Yeah. Of course. Well, we have a few local.
Yeah.
So Friday we're in Milwaukee. If anyone's listening, streaming.
I actually did write that one
Yeah.
down. I was like, I didn't even write down the bar.
Yeah,
'cause I-
yeah, we're in Milwaukee on Friday at MKE Ultra. With one of our friends, Naked Eye from Dayton, Ohio. Great.
Oh, nice.
Great. Maybe we could plug some of their music because it's going to only be their second time up here. So we're playing with Naked Eye. Asked us to join them at Zora Darling on Sunday the 30th. So we're 20th there, and then the September 5th we're at Dusty's bar too, which is going to be our first time at Dusty's, and I'm super excited
fantastic.
because I know it's small and quaint, and we love we played this place called the High Dive in Milwaukee, and you're on the floor, and everyone's just around you when you play, and it's the greatest feeling having that people behind you, and you're kind of like the center of the mosh pit while you're going. It's just a great fun time, and so I have a feeling Dusty's is going to feel that same way because it's a pretty narrow, small space. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, and Zora's always great sound, great venue. So it'll be our second time there, so excited to play there again too, and
That's
especially with Naked Eye, the sweetest person, and just talk to them, and we work a lot with our label. We're on a small label out of Florida called Bipolar Records. A lot of great anti-fascist bands on there, like Blind Adam in the Federal League from Chicago, who's kind of like the premier Midwest anti-fascist, kind of classic Irish punk sounding band. Really, really great.
What's the name? What did you say?
Blind Adam in the Federal League. Meet Me at George Floyd Square is a great song that speaks
Nice.
really well of the
Yes.
Twin Cities and what we do and stuff like that. So
They're from Miami, or no? They're just on the Miami record.
They're on the
They're-
Miami record. They're
Oh,
from
they're
Chicago.
on Bipolar Records.
Oh,
Which
that's
is
not
it?
Miami. It's Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Florida.
I just always
Live-
think of
yeah.
Miami.
Yeah. No, the label's out of Jacksonville, Florida, called Bipolar Records. BY. Fuller. But yeah, so we're actually going to be working more with Naked Eye, taking on our booking, stuff like that, helping us with tours. They're really, really good at that. So getting it kind of off our plate again and have someone do that so we can focus on our community stuff, and they're a full-time musician. And
That's awesome.
yeah, and that's another way for him to make income and be a musician and do what he loves too. So.
Well, and you're on kind of both sides of it, where you're booking a venue and you want to get booked at venue. That's got to be adds to some nice synergy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, excited.
Have you asked them about recording yet?
No.
Okay, how did you guys record those songs? It sounded so good.
There's a small little studio in River Falls, Wisconsin called Farmhouse Recording. And yeah, it's just a friend of mine from high school, Jonathan Earl, his name. He was in a pretty big band in the 90s. I don't know if you remember, like Clovis. They were on the Real World soundtrack.
Yeah.
The Jonathan Earl band.
Yeah.
He played Bunkers like every Thursday. I went to, so I grew up with him, and he has a little studio. His parents passed away, took over their farm, and still wanted to be in music, so he took one of the barns and turned it into a state-of-the-art recording studio.
Fantastic.
We're the probably only punk rock band. Most of the stuff he records is Americana, kind of blues, so we're always a bit of a challenge and stuff like that. Like we have a song, My Name is Kyle, and I Worship the Devil. Another story one, but it just needed cowbell, and we were trying to figure that out, and so we're hitting it, and it's ringing so bad, and I was like, well, I'm a bear, I got a belly, so I just use that as my muffle, so we didn't get the cowbell ring.
Nice.
So just playing around and doing that fun stuff.
Use what you got.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he challenged us too, which was good. He would push us, like, let's run it again, let's dub this, let's do this, just to make it sound live, because live it sounds really big, and sometimes you lose that in a recording. So how do you retain that big sound when it's on record? So yeah.
Totally, it sounded really, really good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, very crisp. Yeah, I'm always trying to learn about recording because I don't know. I haven't recorded any of my music, and I never know how to make it. Have that good sound.
I know some for you, and she's a good price too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, most of my music I do in Portland.
Portland, yeah.
One of these days, something will be recorded.
Right.
Yeah. Well, should we play your friend Naked?
Naked Eye.
Naked Eye.
Yeah.
What song do you have?
Okay, so I have their Bandcamp up, and I have Undefined Lines. Well, do you want to come around? Do you want to pick
Yeah, is
something?
that cool?
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
I just have the Bandcamp up, so play
wanna
whatever your favorite is.
Get their new stuff, because they
Sweet.
kind of changed from acoustic to more kind of like new wave dance,
Oh, nice.
kind of a little more poppy, fun stuff.
Well, I will remind folks that they're listening to mostly Minnesota music on WMN 1.7 FM in St. Paul.
Okay.
Nailed it. Got to do that twice an hour.
That's right. That's
Nailed
right.
it. Nailed it.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, so this will be the song Transcend Dance from Naked Eye that Pepper picked out.
I think you're saying, that pepper. That pepper.
So Naked Eye is solo.
I don't know if it's fun.
It's fine, yeah.
Now it is. I was like, well,
So Naked Eye records all this stuff, plays electric guitar, loop pedal, and then has a backing track, and it's just them by themselves.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
so good.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm so this song. It sounds like a clock.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's whenever we see Jared, who is Naked Eye, it's always stuck in my head for like a month. It's so good.
Mm.
There is something very.
This song's so funny.
Pepper has the perfect, I can't do it, the clap, the arm. You can put your arms together and do the new wave clap. Yeah. We'll do it together like that. Every time Jared's just laughing trying to play.
Oh yeah, this song is such a thing.
We did a lot of shows with it.
Yeah, did.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
And we're very opposite in a way, like sound-wise, but we just
Sometimes that.
yeah.
I always think you want people who are helping with the productions who come from a different world to hear
Yeah.
different things. So long
Yeah.
as they are winnable, you know, really,
Right, yeah.
I also enjoy yours, but
Yeah,
just to
yeah.
have different. Seems like a good idea.
Oh,
And they got the dance moves, I tell you, when they're on stage. They just put
I
it
love
out
it.
there,
Yeah.
and they're
I
by
love it.
themselves, and just the energy. It's like, yeah,
That's just
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's so fun.
How did you meet them?
He thought we were a band from Milwaukee and had a show. And he's like, "Will you play?" I'm like, "Sure." And he goes, "Do you know the other bands in Milwaukee?" I'm like, "No, we're from Minneapolis." He goes, "All right, you can still play it." And then we played it.
Don't wear Vikings gear.
We randomly got booked on the same show in Asheville, North Carolina.
Oh,
It's like,
wow.
yeah, and then he took us on a small regional tour in Ohio, where he's from. We did like 4 shows with him there.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
So I try to, and then we play a lot in Milwaukee. So he's doing the Milwaukee one again, and then he booked Zora, so we're doing that. And then I'm gonna have them do a solo show at Gambit on Saturday that we can't promote. So yeah, Zora gets mad if they're too close.
Oh yeah.
So,
I got the Shania Twain thing anyways, and I got to work
Yeah,
at the table.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, it's this Saturday?
yeah.
What day is that? The 30th?
No,
29.
29.
Oh,
29th.
Yeah, Gambit. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're trying to work a way around of promoting it, maybe under a different name or.
That's what they do.
Just
in
for the-
Portland. We
I'm like,
have
what does
a-
Charlie Parr use?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be funny. Don't do
Right,
it.
yeah.
Well, but I feel like Charlie could step up.
Well, I don't think Zora would care that much since they're out of state. I think it's more they want that for the local bands. Like,
Yeah,
don't
it
play it,
depends.
you know? Yeah.
That's a lion question.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, not specifically about Zora Darling, but in general.
Yeah, just, yeah.
Do you want to talk about the new place? That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to dance a little.
We did. We did. I could dance forever
Same
and
here.
ever. That is my most fun all the time. Yeah. What do you want to talk about your new place? I tried to say off air, and then no, it's
The potential place?
Yeah.
Well, just follow Gambit's social media. We're working on hopefully we get some more information soon on leasing and stuff like that. But hopefully we can announce it in a week or two. But look for hopefully a fun little wine bar around Palace Theater coming up. So
I think that's yeah.
we're going to focus, if it happens, we'll focus on aromatic wines too, because not a lot of people really drink the vermouths and fernets just as what they are, as an aromatic, and Amaros, stuff like that. So bringing some of that kind of in. It's something I've found being on tour, especially out in like Raleigh and Asheville, North Carolina. They have a lot of just like Amaro bars that they have different herbals and vermouths and things like that, and they're so good. And just little 2-ounce sippers and make a nice little gourmet, balsamic caramel sundae with a nice black walnut Amaro. Just yeah. So maybe that might happen.
You see me look at you like, and I'm pretty faithful to my Ham's beer, so that's the kind of drinker that I am right there.
Right,
you know?
yeah. And Hams will be a part of it because it might be the name of the building we're in.
Well, that rhymes with, yes, yeah. But you should do a wine dinners or classes or something just to help people.
Yeah, that's going to be a part of it. So, and even with Gambit now, we partner with Earl Guile, the distillery, to do all of our cocktails. So we only carry our spirits are only made in the Twin Cities, except for our spice rum is Tattersall, which is now all in River Falls, but was based here for a long time.
Oh, I didn't realize they were not in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we only use King Coil and Earl Guile for our spirits at Gambit. So we built those partnerships and make sure we offer some good cocktails for people to have, plus our beer. And now a lot of people, Greg Norton's a big wine,
Yeah.
has an extensive wine knowledge, so he went through and picked all our wine for us to have, so to make sure we can still sell a nice glass of wine for $12 and not, anything, and have, good quality versus having to feel like you have to have, $15, $16 a glass to get, these nice tannins out of a red or something like that. So now I'm getting into my hospitality talk. But,
We're here for all of it. We're here for all of it.
Yeah. So, and there will be a big part of that wine list if we get this place going, and kind of that's going to be their world. And we got some pretty cool staff on board that's going to be there, and a lot of them are in the rock and roll industry because we need time off to tour, and it's one of the only jobs that will really let you and understand that. Like, I need to take a couple weeks off and come back and do your thing. So,
especially if you have, you always want one or two people who will work all the time.
right, yep,
But otherwise, kind of mixed up a little bit.
yeah,
So you never want all of them to go to the same high school because they all want prom night off.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Just to get back to
Yeah, that's
all
like
that
it's
stuff.
hard when they're all in the same band, then they all leave you at once, right?
Yeah, that makes it hard. That's it exactly.
Right.
Yes. Well, I am St. Paul's biggest booster ever. Yeah, well, I'm not because you guys are too. But
Right.
I just love when everything is, and I'm very St. Paul particular.
Yeah, sitting here.
I mean, Twin Cities is fine. Minneapolis, they're fine.
Yeah.
They're fine.
Yeah.
I'll go there.
Right.
But I just love the idea of as much St. Paul as much Twin Cities as it can be.
Yeah, I'm kind of one of those. I love Minneapolis. I live in Minneapolis, but that's because my husband's house was in Minneapolis when we got together. Otherwise, I lived in Gaultier and Lower Town for years, and that's one reason why I picked that area too for my business, because I knew the area and I love the area and I know the potential of the area in St. Paul, and it's kind of gets forgotten, and there's so much cool stuff going on in St. Paul.
I think that part of St. Paul is amazing.
Yeah.
My brother lived there for a while, and then after the RNC, nope.
Yeah.
He just said, "No, I don't need that many cops around me ever again."
Right,
And I think there've just been a couple of things like that there were, because I thought it went through a resurgence, because for sure I'm a hot minute older than you all. I know you.
Right.
But during the '80s where
Sure.
there was some stuff going on and then nothing. So,
Yeah.
but we need to have and it sounds like the community.
Yeah, and it came back for, when I was down there when they had Bin Wine Bar and, what's that? They had World of Beer for a while down there. All the stuff around Mears Park.
Yeah.
And, Faces Mears and all the restaurants. And then it kind
Heartland
of
for
went
a while,
away.
yeah.
Heartland, yeah. And it kind of all went away. But, the farmers market's still there holding strong, bringing people in. Now the Saint Stadium's, bringing people in. So Wild, you would be amazed about how much of the Wild crowd we get down in Lower Town. Partly parking's probably cheaper too, and you can just walk the Skyway right there and not get cold. And yeah, I'm a big cheerleader and advocate for St. Paul, especially Lower Town.
Yeah. I think just need some, because I remember going to something at Mears Park. I'm sure it was the music in the park thing.
Lower Town South.
And I was meeting somebody at the Loon afterwards, and I left just a little later than I should have. So then I'm by myself walking, and it gets dark when I'm about halfway there, which is not a comfortable place for me.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm not. But you're just like, this is not. I'm not scared, but I'm also like, I should have left 10 minutes earlier. If there were just a few more places open.
Right. Yeah, and that's the big thing, right? More business, more safety and security. It just is. There's more lights on. There's just more people around.
Well, that's it. If there are people around, I'm fine. But if it's me, and it's generally one dude across the street or someplace, and I'm just like this is not good math.
Right.
I don't care what that person looks like.
Right.
I don't care.
Right.
But
Yeah,
that's
it doesn't
just not-
matter. Yeah.
Probably going to be bigger than me.
Right.
And that's really what it kind of comes down to.
Sure. Yeah.
So
Yeah. We're working hard.
That's
a lot of business owners are. So.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Should we play another song? Have you got some more songs up there?
Yeah, you want to do another
Look at the
Naked
time?
Eye?
Or do you got one
Or
that we
another
can
song?
find?
Yeah.
We could do something from
One joke.
yeah. Do you know where to listen to that?
So okay, so
I
I
don't
found
have
it
it
on
right
the Bipolar Records. Let's see.
Which one?
Oh, I just
Pepper, we
the
might need you to
album
if you'd recognize.
sure. let me
Sorry to
write
put you to
down-
tech work here.
Oh no.
Did they
I do
have
IT.
Did they have a Bandcamp Bipolar Records?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
But I have here. I have an idea if that's cool.
Oh, yeah.
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 Let me do.
We'll chat it up so there isn't.
Yes,
dead air.
exactly. We're now typing on the keyboard.
Right. Yeah. I always hear dead air is bad on the radio.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what they tell you.
Just-
That's what they say. But yeah. Maybe we could just do some acapella. Yeah.
Right. Yes, I don't know if you want that. I'm a better yeller than singer.
What I'm excited about, as I said, I know what I'm doing. Well, I think I'll be at the Dusty show.
Oh, cool.
I just wish everyone would play at the White Squirrel only because that's.
I know.
Because St. Paul.
That's our home show. So we'll be on tour in November. So our homecoming show will be November 21st at the White Squirrel.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Tell us more about the tour.
So we are leaving, probably the 10th of November. We'll be heading out. We'll hit Fargo, and then we're going to be in Denver after that. And then there's this punk rock food drive that's been going on for years in Oceanside. That's just south of LA. And we were lucky enough to get invited to play the punk rock food drive. So we're going to be there November 14th. With a 4:00 slot. We already got that.
Nice.
In our
That is some
message, which is good.
organization,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, and then after that, we're going to be playing in San Francisco. But it's actually Pacifica. It's right on the ocean, just outside of San Francisco. There's Winter's Tavern, a great little punk bar right on the ocean area. So that's going to be fun. And then hopefully, with some help, we'll be in Portland after that, and then capture Wyoming or Seattle on our way home. So we're just kind of getting that last
That sounds.
little leg figured out. So
Because I've never gone on tour, I'm like, that must be amazing. It must be amazing at times. It must be a lot of work at times. It must be a lot of slog at times.
right, it's easy because there's only two of us, right? So it makes it a lot easier. So two of us can fit in a van, everything, and just go, or a car.
That is nice.
So it's really nice that way, and we get along. So we never had any issues or anything, and this will be our 5th tour now.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's weird. I found when we took off, we played a queer festival in San Francisco, and that's when the label discovered us, and then things kind of happened. And we kind of
That's awesome.
were oddly bigger outside of our home area, which is good and bad at the same time. I guess I don't know.
Do you know? Well, I mean, we know about the Twin Cities. If you got to make it somewhere else before you get any respect in the cities, which is crazy because we have an amazing
Yeah,
music scene here.
yeah. And now we've been able to play with so many great bands, and like the Silent Treatment, who I love, and
Yes.
Little Man, who I love,
Yes.
and so we've been fortunate enough now to start playing with some of the bands I would go see every time they played, which is really nice.
Well, that's
So,
just got to be a dream.
yeah, it's awesome. So
Sweet.
All right, are we set up?
Okay, all right, okay, so
Key of Evil.
Key of Evil, yes, with Adam Haste from Pepper Again. This is almost a 6-minute song, so maybe this.
That might take us out.
Yeah. Do you guys have any
Okay.
final words?
no, thank you for having us, and
Thank you for coming. This has
Yeah.
been this has been
Thank
so
you
much
so
fun.
much
I'm
for
like,
being
oh
here.
my god, it's already. But yeah, we are
It's
getting
so
started.
nice to meet you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank
Both
you.
of you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I want to do a quick shout out to River Falls Music. Shout out to Surf Revolt, and shout out to the Esoteric Revival. We
Yeah.
love you.
awesome,
Ooh.
awesome. Thank you, Lily, for doing the show.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me on. Thank you, Mom.
Yep. All right.
Here we go.
What are you playing?
A Key of Evil song.
Oh, yeah, from Milwaukee.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
You're funny because Lily forgets. This is Minnesota music only, Lil.
Yeah. I know.
That
You know what's
was
funny
me.
is no. Actually,
Yeah.
I will play Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I will.
Okay.
But sometimes I'm like people, and I'm like,
Yeah.
so we have a theme every week. This week was dirty or pretty.
Yeah.
And the people every time I'm like, you give me something that's national every time I say, oh, do they have a Minnesota connection?
Right,
Trying to be
yeah,
real
yeah,
nice
yeah,
about it.
Right, yeah.
We're technically a Minnesota/Wisconsin
Yeah,
band because
yeah.
I live in River
Wisconsin.
Falls.
That's right. That well, there you go.
So we
You
say
nailed
we're
it.
from St. Paul.
Yeah.
Kind of like our little,
Well, that's
yeah.
Comfy medium.
yeah.
Yeah, Key of Evil,
No.
they're a 2-piece, just bass and drums.
They're
Yeah.
so good.
They're small.
This has got like
People deserve to know them.
Yeah, this has got their
This is
friend
really
on it playing, I believe, guitar and Hammond organ.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What's your guys' Instagram? Is it
At
Dirty
the dirty pretty. So there's a period after the.
Pretty? Okay. Okay, I see. Sweet. Well, yeah. Text me when you guys are coming to
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah, or even if you have a date sooner rather than later, I can just forward it on to
Yeah.
maybe my roommate's
Yeah, I'll
contact.
send you the date we're thinking. I gotta make sure, because I think it's 14th, 15th, and then what is it? A day? We would have a day drive.
From LA or from San
From-
Francisco to Portland. I think it's like 20 hours.
Yeah,
But you could, if you
Well,
wanted
we
to
did
do
to
a
Las
day,
Vegas one year.
That was like 20 hours.
Yeah, it's long.
yeah.
I think it's about that.
So I think we would need like a 2-day drive.
We can tell you some places to stay and some places to not stay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, they'll be going up the coast.
Oh, that's right. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
nice.
We went more, through the desert. But yeah, and probably people he could probably recommend you if you wanted to stop between Portland and
Yeah,
whatever, Southern
yeah, to get
California.
something in between.
He
Yeah,
would likely have recommendations for you.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That'll be perfect. Get in contact. So we used to have a booking agent, and he's had a ton of family issues, and just had to. He wanted to keep doing it, and then finally we were both like, it's just, I know you love doing it, but your head's not there, and it's not fair to you, and it's not fair to the fans that are
Yeah.
counting on these dates that are already kind of written.
Right.
Because they would get holds, but then never get any farther from there. So
And you don't want to step on his toes when it's his job.
exactly, yeah. And then you feel like you're nagging them because it's a week out when you're packed and ready to go, and you're like, are we gonna play there or what?
Yeah.
Because we need to
That's
figure out
something
where
in
to
your
drive
head,
it.
you're not telling me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Joel's pretty good at these things, so he could easily get you something. You could even play with us. My band is Triple Nipple.
Yeah.
We could open for you guys.
Yeah,
kind of
for
like
sure.
Gay, weird,
Yeah,
noise, punky stuff.
yeah, that's totally what we do. So
Yeah. Well, I like your song. I like your music
streaming.
so
I
much.
missed
So
Yeah.
we'll see. I'll,
Yeah. Yeah, listen to Choke too. That's a little more noisy
WMCN
rock stuff than
91.7.
what we played there.
How would I find it?
Choke.
Yeah.
It's on everything.
Facebook.
That's on everything. Oh, okay.
It's on Choke is on everything but
And I will
Spotify
archive it
Okay.
and put it
Let
on
me see if I
YouTube
can-
and put it on the
okay.
website. So
and
Maybe,
Bandcamp. So if you do,
It is
like,
on Bandcamp.
Choke is.
Joke is?
Oh, I don't think so. No.
No.
Are you on an iPhone?
I'm gonna get it on there at some point.
You don't? Oh, you
Do you have
okay.
iMusic or Apple Music or Amazon Music?
I think
Yeah,
I
so I'll
honestly
post
only
the
have
interview part.
Spotify. Does Apple Music come with an iPhone?
Or like
Yeah, iMusic comes with iPhone.
yeah. I'm so excited, you guys.
Thank you so
So,
much.
Langan's
we'll
gonna be
see-
sad.
We'll see. I'll figure out a way to play them. But yeah, it should be easy to figure out.
Oh, we should
Yeah,
play
that would
this
be
with
sick.
her.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I just read out a word about
Oh,
her
my
band.
goodness.
Oh, man, I totally pooped the bed.
That-
What happened?
So there's the boys, I call them. They're Spencer there and his friend Joe and Gustavo. They live just down the road, actually, not far. And I went to the Ren Fair with them yesterday. And,
Fun.
yeah, and I told them about today, so now they're showing me photos of them with the stream. So they're listening the whole time.
Well, depending on how close it is a radio show, 91.7.
Yeah.
But you know, you can
I-
maybe hear it if you see the camp. I grew up about 1.5 miles from here, about 2 miles from here, and on a cloudy day I could hear it.
Yeah, they're doing. I don't know if they're.
I love.
That's what they're. And there's a video of me talking.
Wow.
Was it a